And welcome back to the live stream of the 2025 Canberra World Boccia Challenger event here in the nation's capital of Australia. And on court 1 we have the round 3 BC3 pairs match in the preliminary rounds, Pool A of this competition, and we will be seeing Australia playing India. My name's Catherine and I'm commentating with Ken Halliday. And Ken, could you introduce the athletes to us please and their ramp operators?
Sure. Welcome everybody to this live streaming. So we have Australia in the playing red. They're in box 2 and 4. We have Dan Michel and his operator Ashley Madden. And in box 4, his partner Jamison Leeson and her ramp operator Jasmine Hayden. They're playing India, and in box 3 is their female player Ajali Devi, and I haven't got the name of the ramp operators. And in box 5 is the male player for the Indian BC3 pairs team of Ajaya Raj. So it should be a good match.
Please begin the warm-up.
So in this pool there are 3 teams in this pool, which was Australia, India and New Zealand. And both these teams have played New Zealand. Australia played New Zealand in the first round and defeated New Zealand 8-0, I think it was. And India played New Zealand earlier in the day in the second round and defeated them 16-0. So both these teams are undefeated after their first game. So this will determine who finishes on top of the pool.
And that's important progressing through to the semi-final, isn't it?
That's correct, yes. And the winner of this pool will play the runner-up in Pool B. And in Pool B we had Singapore, Spain and Chinese Taipei.
And in theory it's the Pool A winner against Pool B second place. You'd hope that would potentially give you a more likely
advantage.
Pathway to the final.
Yeah.
Yes. So the athletes warming up now. They've rolled a very central jack there in their warm-up.
They have, yeah. So when they do the coin toss in the call room, the winner of the coin toss will choose whether they go red or blue, play with the red balls or the blue balls. The loser of the coin toss chooses whether they want to do their warm-up first or second. So in the pairs, which is different to the individual competition, in the individual competition they both warm up at the same time, but in the pairs each team warm up on their own. So I would say that normally you would choose to warm up second because then you get to see where the other team is going to play their jack. So from that I would think that India probably won the toss and chose to play blue, and then Australia would have chosen to warm up second. I'm only guessing there, I don't know, but having experienced so many of these games.
And we saw Dan put his red ball, essentially looked like he was trying to get right on that penalty cross, the central cross.
Yeah, which was similar to where India just warmed up with their jack.
So he'd be checking probably
the floor and just checking the length.
And now to the jack that Australia has put out, checking his length.
Yep. So Jamison has already put a red ball on the jack, and she'll now put a ball on the cross to the area where we expect India to play their jack.
And in BC3 pairs, we still play the 4 ends.
Yep.
And this time, though, there will be each team will play 6 balls, 3 each, or each player has 6 balls?
Each player has 3 balls.
Each player has
total of 6 for the team, yeah. So in any game of boccia, there's only a maximum of 3 red and 3 blue, and 1 jack. And in the pairs, they only have 1 jack between them. So at some stage in their preparation for this match, they would have chosen whether they were going to play with Dan's jack or Jamison's jack. And the same with the Indian team, they would have chosen which jack they were going to play with. So each player can't play with their own jack in the pairs, they just have 1 jack for the team.
All good?
And Dan seems to be checking carefully one part of his equipment there.
Yeah, he's wearing a head pointer there, as you can see, which is very new to him. He's been playing for many years using a mouth pointer, and he's decided that to try that head pointer. The reason for that is that mainly that it does save a bit of time, because as we know, all these games are timed.
Yes.
And you have limited time to play all the balls, so it takes a little bit of extra time for his ramp operator, Ash, to after she's orientated the ramp and got the ball ready, she then has to put the mouth pointer in Dan's mouth, and then after he plays the ball, she has to take it out. So it's just those few seconds that can make a difference sometimes in getting that last ball off or not. So they're always looking for ways to try and cut down on the time that they take.
And allow more time, obviously free up more time for thinking and checking and preparing.
That's right.
For the throw.
So in the individual BC3 competition, they get 6 minutes to play all the balls for each team, each person, and in the pairs they get 7 minutes. So there's an extra minute just to allow for a bit of an extra time in communicating, and if we get the chance, and we probably will, we may get the chance to hear the communication between the teammates. It's quite something to listen to it and how they work out who's going to take the shot, who's got the best shot, and what tactics they're going to get. So we may get the chance to hear that in this game.
It's very much a team game. It's not 2 players playing individually. They'll be working together.
And now it's time to play boccia!
Here we go. I think everybody heard that we're off and running. Thank you, Richard.
It is day 5.
Right.
Keeping things active. They
Okay, so the referee indicates it's red to play the jack, and you may have noticed that both players have to what we call break the plane of the ramp, which is to move the ramp backwards and forwards before they play their first ball. And
so a very short jack?
Yeah, very short, just over the line, just over the V line, and about 3 metres out.
And very steep across to the side.
Yep. Actually changed that a bit because Australia have been playing more into the centre of the court, but they've decided to play wide. And these are all tactics that they would have watched India's last game, and from watching that, they decide what tactics they're going to use. Yeah, so that's a great first ball by Dan.
Yes. And these challenger events, 4 very experienced international competitors like Dan and Jam, this is also an opportunity to safely try some new tactics under the pressure of competition, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, waiting to the World Championships to debut something new, you can test it under pressure of an international competition.
That's right. And in their last game against New Zealand, they did try playing a long jack, which is something that, you've got to be prepared to be able to do. But Australia did play their jack long in that game against New Zealand, but they've decided to play short in this game against India.
So India's next.
So they will try and get separation, that red from the red ball from the jack, which they've done nicely, and built a wing. This is what we call a wing or a wedge, where they've moved the red ball just slightly to the side, and now they will try and get their blue ball into that wedge or into that wing, and then because that makes it difficult to move then. So it looks like Anjali is going to play the first draw onto the jack or into the wedge.
And with a longer ramp, would that be likely the ball will roll further? They're looking for a stronger roll?
Yeah, well, most of the ramps will have 2 extensions. Anjali chooses to leave her extension on and tilt the ramp back, so it's like looking down at like a rifle. Oh, it just glanced off to the right there. There may have been a little bit of a right turn there. So that's not really a good start for India. So now they have to choose who's going to play the next ball. So it looks like Ajaya will play this. So the idea in these pairs games is that, as we said, each player has 3 balls. You usually would not let one player play all 3 balls and leave them without a ball towards the end of the end. The player with the balls remaining may be blocked and may not have a shot at the jack. So if possible, it's best for both of them to keep balls available towards the end of the end.
And we can see that the 2 end players are using the additional box, the unused box, which is permitted.
Yep.
Unlike the 2 central players, they have to keep themselves, their equipment and the ramp operator inside their box.
It's interesting that the 2 female players are on the inside boxes. I don't know whether the men pulled rank there. Their preference is usually to play on the outside box because you have a lot more room to move around to line up the ramp. So yeah, Ajaya looks like he uses a mouth pointer as well. So he'll use that to push the ball off and try and get it in that. Yeah, nicely done. So he's right in that wedge. So now Australia will work out what they need to do, who's got the best shot here. Yeah, looks like it's already decided that Jamison's going to take this shot. So there's a couple of options here. There is a little bit of a gap between the red and the jack. They could opt to push that blue through to clear it away from the jack, or they could opt to push the jack back behind that red ball. Jamison's got a good shot at that.
And we can see her ramp appears to be touching the floor, but it's not in the side box.
Once it's out of the box, it needs to be off the floor.
So there'd be a paper-thin space,
Yep.
but that is all that's required. Making the most of all the room that she has available to get the best angle.
Yeah, that's what they chose to do, to push the jack back away from the blue.
So India has played 3 balls. Australia has played 2 in this first round, first end, 3rd round of the BC3 pairs, Australia versus India. This will be the final pool match in Pool A.
Yep.
And the winner of this match will top Pool A. Both teams undefeated so far.
That's right.
And advance to the semi-final, as will the second place team.
Yeah, so at this point both these teams will go through to the final. It's just a matter of who finishes on top and who finishes second, because New Zealand have lost both their games in this pool.
And Charlie from India, it looks like, getting ready, is it?
Yep. She's going to play the next ball, which don't know whether she has got a. There's a little bit of a gap through there. She may be going to go through that gap between the red and the blue ball to get on the jack. Yeah, nicely done. Beautiful shot. Well done. Nice.
We can see that again, perhaps.
Yeah.
Very small space, but she gets the ball right through and right up onto the jack without nudging the jack forward.
That's right, yeah, perfect.
Makes it look easy.
Yeah, and it's not easy because the balls will slightly turn sometimes, depending on the floor and the nature of the balls. To get it through there was a great shot. Yeah, now it looks
Back to Australia.
Yeah, Dan looks like he's taking this shot. He's got to try and go through that same gap and hit the blue ball, I would say. He'll at least try and get separation, the blue ball from the jack, or he may hit it hard enough to hope that the jack will go out over the sideline and then it will be placed on the cross in the middle and the end will continue.
So that it's not going to be a mistake if the jack goes out. That could be very definitely a chosen tactic.
Yes, especially with Australia having 4 balls to play, or they'll only have 3 balls to play after this ball, and India have only got 2 balls left. So you may have heard that Dan can't ask, or he can ask his ramp operator if his chair is completely in the box, but she can't answer him. But he can ask his parent. So he asked Jamison if his chair was in the box, and she's allowed to have a look and tell him whether the wheel is touching the line or not. There you go. Oh, didn't make it. Very, very close, but I don't know that it's touching the line.
If it's on the line, is it in or
out?
out?
Yeah.
It's out.
Opposite to tennis.
From our angle, it's hard to tell, but it's very close to the
still
line
in,
there.
yeah.
So 3 balls remaining for Australia. They are playing the red balls. India the blue. They have 2 remaining. India currently hold the jack and possibly another point, possibly. Same tactic, do you think? Yeah, he might go for, although it looks like Jam is going to.
Yeah. 1 minute. Yeah, it looks like she's pretty much blocked. I don't think she's got a shot at the jack, but she's moved, quite back in the box to get an angle, so maybe she has got a shot at it. And it will be interesting to see whether their tactic now is to push that jack out or just to try and get on it. Because after this ball's played, they will both teams will only have 2 balls to play. So it looks like she's not going hard. She's just going to try and draw in there on it. Oh, what a great shot.
That was sensational. Let's see that again. She
to get
puts it
that
right
angle,
there and doesn't knock it out.
Unbelievable, yeah. I could say at this point I taught her everything she knows. But no, she's done so much to improve her game over the years.
Perfection. So that's all about knowing your balls and the softness and the hardness of the ball, knowing exactly how far on the ramp. And you talked in another match we were doing about the athletes, something we can see, have pieces of paper with things written on them. That's to guide them, isn't it, as to where to set the ramp?
That's right, yeah, it's calibration sheets, yeah.
That they've tested their ramp and their balls. But each court would be slightly different. Is that correct?
Yeah, they are, yeah.
And this court's quite fast, I believe. Balls are running.
They are, yeah. So yeah, both the Indian players are lining up, which is to save time, even though they've already chosen who's going to play the shot, but they can both line up at the same time. So after one player plays the shot, the other player's already got their ramp lined up, ready to go. Just saves a bit of time.
Yes, because they're coming up to a minute to go for India.
1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute now.
Whereas Australia still have 2 minutes for their 2 balls, under the minute for India.
Oh,
and
great shot, yeah.
Knocked it out.
Interesting tactic, because
they've only got one ball remaining.
And when the jack gets picked up and put on the cross, as usual, whoever's not the closest gets to go. So because the blue balls are closer, it will be red's turn to go, which is an unusual tactic to push it out when you know the opposition's going to get first chance at drawing onto the jack.
Would Australia be slightly unprepared for that?
Oh no, they would have been
in that situation.
They probably wouldn't have expected them to do it, because they would have worked out that if it did get knocked out, they were going to get the first chance of getting on the jack. But at the same time, they would have been prepared for India to do it. Also, the fact that Australia has 2 balls left and India's only got 1, it was unusual for them to knock the jack out.
And remember, we saw in the warm-up, both Dan and Jam tested that exact shot, didn't they?
Yeah.
And now it pays off for them.
That's right. It's probably not perfectly on the jack. There's a little bit of... Okay, so
it'll be India to take their last ball. Less than 30 seconds remaining for India. The last ball of the first end. And there are other courts in play.
Yeah, as we can hear.
Lots of supporters.
So I was just about to say that that's not a perfect ball from Jamieson, but they would have realised that Ahaya from India was the only one that had a ball left. So she's blocked him. So
blocked him beautifully.
Yeah. So you just try to put a ball on the back of the red ball just to try and keep the scoring circle down, so Australia can't score too many. So now that makes it a little bit harder now for Dan to try and get a red ball in there, now closer than that blue ball that Hajaya just put down.
Coming up to 1 minute remaining for the last ball of the end.
Yeah, nicely done. Probably a little bit hard, but it stayed there, and I'm pretty sure it's closer than the blue. Yep, 2 red. Yep, well done.
Australia take 2 points in the first of 4 ends in this BC3 pairs competition, round 3. Winner of this match will top pool A.
Yeah, so a good start for Australia, getting 2 in the first end. It was an interesting end, with the jack being knocked out. Now the teams will now get together and discuss tactics.
The coaches have come forward to join them.
Yep. Yep. Indians look pretty happy. I think they're just probably enjoying the experience of being able to play against one of the top teams in the world. India are actually ranked 21 in the world, where Australia are ranked 2 in the world currently.
Who's the top ranked team?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I thought you might be able to tell me that one.
I'm pretty sure it's Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
It changes around, like they do it just about after every competition now, so it's a bit hard to keep track of it.
Yes, because the world ranking list is based on collecting points from different tournaments around the world. So as you say, Ken, it's constantly changing, and athletes who go to more competitions may have more opportunities, but it's hard to get into competitions, and that it highlights the value of these challenger
I can
events.
tell you that right now, it is Hong Kong. I was right.
You were.
I just quickly
usually are, Ken. All right, so this is the second end. India roll the jack.
Interesting. So they didn't put the jack where they warmed up to. That's an interesting tactic. So that's gone about 4 metres, just over 4 metres straight out, and about a metre in from the sideline.
And we can see Anjali lifts up the end of her ramp to look down it to help her sight.
So this is where all the many hours of calibrating come in handy, to know exactly where to put this first blue ball on the jack to get it to roll exactly the same length as the jack did. And she's done that very nicely. Well done. Yeah, beautiful first ball.
Red to play, Australia being the red balls.
Yep. So normally the player in the end box will be the one that would do the knockout shots because they have the better angle. So I would say that Dan will take this shot. He can see probably about half the jack from where he is, whereas Jamison's pretty much blocked completely. So.
And he'll be going to create separation.
Yep.
Is that what you mean? Yes. There it goes.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's what he's done.
Made a space.
So Jamison will have already been preparing her lineup, knowing that she's going to take the first shot. So Dan's coming out to have a look, just to check how far the jack is out. He'll look at the cross in the middle of the court. He knows that's 5 metres compared to the V, which is 3 metres. And he'll now advise Jam.
Maybe 9? Not 1? 9?
So you can hear them there discussing where they think.
Yeah, I'll think 9 1.
Where they think, the best place to put the ball holder to get the red ball to go to the required distance. Yeah, well done, beautiful.
Great communication.
And that's one of the big pluses with Dan and Jamison. They communicate really well.
So 2 balls played by Australia, who currently hold the jack, the red. 1 ball played by India, so India to play.
So Charlie's going for the knockout here to move that red ball away from the jack. Yeah, done it nicely. Well done.
So now red still closest, but a nice space open there.
I must say India are doing very well. They haven't been playing for that long together. Probably maybe 4 or 5 years, I think. Prior to that, they weren't competing in international competitions. But they've done really well, especially these 2 players. They work well together.
Time running down, just under the 4 minutes now. That will be Anjay, it looks like, yes, placing his ramp operator, places his ball.
Oh yeah, nicely done.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
So Australia to play, red to play. Australia has 4 balls remaining. India 3. This is the second end. There will be 4 ends. Australia won the first end 2-0. But plenty can change in each end. There's 6 balls, so up to 6 points possible, and even other permutations.
Can you check if my back wheels are in, Dan? Is that good? Can I go back a bit?
So we can hear there that Jamison asked Dan to check that her wheels were in the box. And he was able to tell her that she could go back a bit more to get the angle that she needs to push this ball off. Yeah, well done. Did it nicely.
Created some space.
Yep.
5 straight out now, so maybe just go a little bit up to 5.
Okay. Yeah, I was a bit slower than
Yeah, slightly.
right.
That's what you go
Millimetre by millimetre, even half a millimetre. Very precise. Placement of the ramp, of course, essential.
Yeah, because a millimetre movement of the ramp can be centimetres by the time the ball gets out onto the court. So this is not an easy shot. She's got to try and negotiate between those balls. Oh, perfect. Well done. I think we should have a replay of that. That wasn't easy to do, to get between those balls. She didn't have much space at all.
And that achieving that shot is all in the setup of the ramp and the selection of the ball, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, perfect. Nicely on.
So back to India to play. Their blue ball. 3 balls remaining for India.
ब्लॉक तो हो ही जाएगा अगर वो हट सकता है तो हट जाए
The Indian team also communicating.
Yeah.
And do they line it up first and then put further pieces on? Is that generally the routine? Yes.
There's different players have different techniques for lining up. Some can line up. Some of the overseas players will leave all the extensions on their ramp like that all the time. Oh, that was, she managed to hit it but didn't move it very much. Yeah, it's a personal thing whether they want to line up with the extensions on or take them off, but as we know, there's a limit to how long the ramps can be. They have to fit in the box laying down.
So the intent there from the Indian player was to try and open up some separation, but not quite as much as he would have liked.
No, I would have liked a bit more separation there.
Ball quite blocked.
पीछे वाले बॉल को आगे करूँगा ताकि ब्लॉक होगा वो उसके बाद सिंगल थर्ड से आगे करके रखूँगा ताकि पूरा ब्लॉक होगा तो एक ही बन पाएगा
The ramp operator is not allowed to talk to the players, nor to turn and look at the court. They must keep their back to the court.
And they can only do what they're told. They have to wait for instructions from the athlete before they can do anything. Oh, yeah, not bad.
Tried to push that
blue ball up, yeah. And there again, I think they realised there wasn't much chance of moving that red ball away or getting closer to it, but pushing that blue ball back again has made it more difficult for Australia to move those blue balls to get extra points.
Yeah, they're quite a barrier, aren't they?
So this is India's last ball.
Under the minute remaining. Last ball for India in the second end.
30 seconds to go. Yep, I think he might have tried to hit that ball on his left, the blue ball on his left then to try and push it back closer to the jack. It actually went between the two blue balls.
Bounce off.
So there's
And then go in?
limited options.
Not with Will.
Okay.
It's still a max to it. That's
Alright.
too risky. Alright.
Okay.
Right. Right.
And Jam deciding what to do.
So with 2 balls remaining, they're hoping to try and get some extra points here. But with those blue balls where they are, it's not going to be an easy task.
They have quite a bit of time, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, they've got plenty of time. And just making a final adjustment there. He just tell Ash to bring the ball holder down a bit, just to slow it down a bit. Yeah, I thought he might have been doing that. Went for the ricochet shot,
Extraordinary shot.
which he's very good at.
You see that one again, how he's managed to bounce off one ball and bounce in closer.
That was exactly his intention. And he, like most of these shots, they practice that for hours to get it right. There you go. He had that red ball. Yeah, have to know exactly where to hit that red ball to get it to bounce at the right angle, how much speed to put on it, and he judged that perfectly. You need to know what ball you're bouncing off as well, because if it's a soft ball you need a little bit more pace, if it's a harder ball you need less pace.
Dan is the only player with a ball remaining, so he will take the last shot in this end, the second end.
3 red, 3 red, 3 red.
Okay, so I'd say he's probably just going to draw down behind that red ball that he just ricocheted in, and if he can come down and just nudge that back a little bit and get his ball to stay behind it, there's a possibility of getting 3 points here. But he's got to be careful he doesn't hit it too hard to push that ball that's already scoring away. Oh no, he's going down the other side. Oh yeah, too long. So yeah, probably didn't have a clear line at that red ball. I thought he might go on behind, so he just tried to draw down his left-hand side, but just a little bit long.
The referee has given 2 for red.
2 for red.
So 4-0 will be the score at the halfway point in this BC3 pairs round 3 competition. Winner of this match will top the pool and progress to the semi-final.
So I was saying that India have done very well in the limited time that they've been playing together, but they did actually win a bronze medal earlier in the year at the Boccia World Challenger. So you know they're up in the medal winning section of the competitions now.
And all the countries looking ahead to 2028 Paralympic Games in Los Angeles,
Yep.
and then on to Brisbane 2032. So it's important to balance giving your top players opportunity to retain their ranking in these years to set them up to qualify for the Paralympic Games, but at the same time you also need to give developing and new players the opportunity for international experience, both to learn and grow and to get their own world ranking up.
That's right. And it's interesting you mentioned the ranking. The actual team has a ranking
Right, wait, no. Left, left, left.
for the pairs. So, and then it's up to the
Thinking.
country to just choose who they put in that team. So you can have an individual ranking, as all the players do have, but you can actually have the team. Like say the Australian team is ranked number 2. That's not necessarily Dan and Jamison.
So the jack going quite long.
They've decided to go long again. Yeah, so it's about 7 to 7.5 metres. So Dan will come out and check that, just to make sure it's gone the length that they want it to. And when he goes back into the box, both players need to break the plane of the ramp before they play any balls. That's so as when Dan comes out, he can't line up the ramp from out on the court or tell them where the line is.
Does Jason, when Jamison is happy, is Jasmine locking that ramp? Is that what she's doing at the back?
Yeah. There's a little mechanism at the back, so the ramp swivels, and they'll move the whole ramp to get the position right. But then the fine tuning is done by just swiveling the ramp, and there's a locking. A little bit too hard, but perfectly aimed. Just unfortunately it did hit the jack and bounced off a little bit. I think that's probably left the jack open for India now. Yep. The Indian team, communicating, deciding who's got the best shot.
And we can see the male competitor is wearing that white armband, captain.
Yep. I didn't actually look as to who's the Australian captain. Normally Dan would always be the captain, but I noticed that, he is in this game. I noticed in their last game that Jamison was the captain, so they decided to give her a run as the captain, which is good experience for her. So I noticed that the captain of India didn't come out to have a look to check the length, so they've judged it pretty well. Just
Called blue closest, yes.
Yep.
So India hold the jack.
Would have been nice pace on it. Just if it had have hit the jack, it would have stayed in front, but unfortunately just slightly to their right hand side. So Dan's got to take the next shot. Jamison will have already used her softest ball, which is the ball they use to get on the jack. So Dan's got to use his soft ball now to try and get a good hold on the jack. Yeah, nice. Just a little bit hard again, just bounced a little bit to the left. Yeah, it's still red to go. So it may have pushed the jack a little bit closer to the blue than it was. Dan's asking Jamison to get rid of that blue ball, but also asked her to get contact with the jack, and that would be because he would like her to push that jack back behind the red balls. Hard ball. Oh, just got the blue, moved the blue, but it didn't achieve what they wanted to do, which was to also move the jack around behind the red balls. Still a good position to be in, but would have been better if they'd had caught the jack as well.
Halfway point for Australia with 3 balls remaining for the red team, Australia. 5 balls remaining for India. Long way to go in this, the third end of the BC3 pairs final pool round.
आगे ही करता हूँ ना उठा पूरा उठा ले यार पूरा उठा ले कर थोड़ा इधर पूरा उठाए थोड़ा इधर और दोनों ही कर रहा हूँ डबल टॉप फॉर दोनों ही कर रहा हूँ रेड हट भी जाएगा और वो आगे भी हो जाएगा अगर नहीं भी होगा तो फिर काम बन जाएगा लाल भी मार रहा हूँ फॉर टॉप
Both teams communicating really well.
So important in these pairs games. I think the intention there was to push that jack back to that blue ball. Just at that time they just caught a little bit of the red ball, so it didn't have the maximum impact on the jack. Still blue to go though.
यार मुझे लगता है कि आगे कर देने से ना पीछे वाला सेफ हो जाएगा क्योंकि वो पीछे है चिपक जाएगा उठा हाँ वही करूँगा थोड़ा देर उठा लो पूरा उठा लो क्या क्या नहीं चिपकेगा मेरे से वेट करो थोड़ा इधर क्यों सारी खत्म करना रख हाँ डबल एक्सटेंशन कम और 1 मिनट ठीक है और प्लेस नहीं यार पीछे चिपका रहा हूँ पीछे सॉफ्ट बॉल है लाइन तो नहीं होना
Oh, nicely done. Yep. Managed to push it back to the blue.
I can get that out. One next to the jack, that's the jack. Me.
Bounce it off the blue, and then I'll have to follow.
Yep, okay.
Go full power B.
Yep, it might even follow.
Yeah, exactly. If you're off from where you are, how much is the blue covering behind? Like in the overlap?
Some quarter maybe?
Go a bit more B to the box. So don't want to come the gap behind the air there.
Okay.
Just make sure you like probably line up like B to BC. And top of double.
Stop. Right.
So it's great that we have this court mic where we can hear the communication between the players. It's so interesting to hear how they work out who has the shot and what sort of shot they need to play.
So halfway point of this third end. Score is currently 4-0 to Australia. Both teams have played 3 balls. blue, which is India, holding the jack, red playing.
Oh, hit the jack back.
Yeah, I'm going to go for red, and then if it doesn't work, I'll go red.
So India's still holding the jack,
Yep.
but definitely some space now, isn't there, Ken?
Yeah, there is, yeah. So they wanted to get some separation and possibly open it up for Dan now to be able to draw onto the jack. Again, it's not an easy shot. He's got other balls there that could get in the way of him drawing on.
Sorry, back line, I should say.
They're very top.
Yeah, which makes me think he's not going to draw onto the jack, so he may not have the... Oh, he's pushed the red ball up. Yeah, okay. He must have had a clear shot at the jack, so decided to try and promote one of the red balls, which I feel he's done. I think red is holding now, so it's India to go. They've still got 3 balls to play. Australia only 1.
अच्छे से इन लेना और पूरा उड़ा दो।
Move that ball well forward there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more like 8 metres now. It started off at like 7 or between 7 and 7.5. It's now back to 8 metres. It's been pushed back a couple of times.
So not only is Dan thinking about where his ball's going to go, he would have been thinking about that ball that was sitting there on already in play.
Yep.
How hard that ball was, and
That's
how
right.
hard he needed to hit it, and so on.
अगले के पास एक बॉल है।
It's an immensely complex game at this highest level.
So I'm not sure what the intention was there.
मैं प्लेस करके देखूं।
Either to try and knock that red ball out or promote the blue ball, but
There's quite a wall ahead of behind the jack, isn't there, blocking it quite a bit for
yeah,
India?
there is.
Although they could move their balls on.
क्या करूं?
2 balls remaining for India,
यार पूरा नहीं बन रहा है ना। आप हटा दो ना।
just over a minute.
हटा दो पूरा। पूरा उठा।
Which is not a long time to play 2 balls in the BC3 pairs match. Less than a minute now.
Athlete would really be under pressure, wouldn't he, to
Yeah,
move quickly, very challenging.
yeah. The ramp operators have got to move swiftly, but not to rush, because when they rush, they make a better. Oh, nicely done.
Perfect.
Beautiful draw. A little bit too hard, but yeah, perfect line and got it
3 blue.
on the jack, which
See
is
that one again, maybe.
exactly his intention.
Yeah. Just got my dog up.
So with their second last ball, India the jack. 1 ball remaining for Australia.
And Dan has that last ball.
Coming to the end of the 3rd end.
So Dan's pretty much blocked by all those balls. He may try and hit that short red ball back between those 2 blue balls back onto the jack.
30 seconds remaining for Dan to take the shot.
Oh no,
Ah,
yeah, went went for the other red ball. So he must have had a shot. Well, it was a fair distance from the jack, that's the red ball that I was looking at.
So India to play the last ball.
Fast Priyanka, fast.
What do you think they might do, Ken?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Just try on. Oh, they've only got 10 seconds to go. I don't think they've got to rush it to get it down. Yep, just did it. But and did it really well. Push the blue ball back. Oh yeah,
And
they
2
got a
points.
second point. Well done.
See that ball again?
Yeah, that was a
an
great
excellent
shot,
ball.
especially when she had to rush it.
While Dan checks as the captain.
He agrees that it is too blue.
So 2 for blue. And finish. 2 for blue.
Yep, well done. Good comeback from India.
2 for blue. 2 for blue.
There we go, mate.
1 minute to pick all the balls up, return them to their players, and for the coaches to have a word with the athletes.
And we will be playing the 4th and final end with the score at 4-2. Very close match between Australia and India in the BC3 pairs. Round 3, the final round match in this pool. The semi-finals lie ahead, but the ranking in the pool will be determined by this match, with the winner of the match to move to the top of this pool.
A 15-second warning for the coaches to be off the court before
And
we
who's
start the
rolling
last
the
end.
jack? Then I've lost track.
Yeah, so it's the 4th player as you go along the line, which is the
So India.
yeah, and Jay from India.
They haven't yet put the jack in the centre, have they, as
No,
they
they haven't.
practiced?
That's where they warmed up to there, but yeah, they haven't, and it doesn't look like they're putting it there now, I don't know.
Looks like it's going to be well over to the side.
Yep.
And not very long.
Yeah, about 3 metres and pretty much straight out from between box 5 and 6, which is about a metre in from the sideline. So there's no decision as to who plays this next ball, because the player that plays the jack always has to play the first ball.
Would he be able to keep the same setting? Or because the ball might be slightly different to the jack,
Yeah.
would he potentially have to
Very
change the setting?
unusual for them to have exactly the same setting, but it's possible. Yep, so nicely onto the jack. Just a little bit onto the right-hand side, which has left the jack open for Dan from the far box to be able to
No, but go right. A bit more right.
get in the ramp in the right position where he.
A bit left.
So in here is instructions to the ramp operator, to Ash. So depending on where he puts the ball on the ramp, yeah, I would say he's going for a knockout to hold here to move the blue ball away and get his red ball to stay on. One of the most difficult shots in the game. But he's going for it. Making that final adjustment. Yep, did it nicely.
Knocked the blue ball out of the way and placed his ball onto the jack.
He would have preferred the red ball to have stayed more in front of the jack, but that's still a good shot. So you achieve a double shot there with one ball. So knocking the opposition's ball away and getting your ball on. So it does save a ball for later on in the end.
आप चल के क्या करना चाहते हो? हाँ तो फिर एक बॉल
So
खराब
India to play their second ball.
हाँ रखा हूँ बीच में रखा हूँ नहीं ज़्यादा ऊपर थोड़ा ऊपर कर थोड़ा ऊपर कर
And Jay's got a pretty good shot at the jack here. There's
हट ना जाए मुझे
pretty much the full view of the jack. You probably want to get on it and maybe just push the jack back a little bit away from the red. Making the final adjustments again. Oh no, he went for the knockout to hold, so there you go. Pushed the red ball away and got his blue ball to stay there, but he has
I mean, it would hurt to make it
left the jack somewhat open.
Just go like, yeah, be...
Try and get in the wing or
Yeah,
try and block
get in the
her.
wing. Just
Yeah.
go real tight to the blue roll, giving yourself a tiny bit of margin with that one.
Yeah. Right. Left. Left. Okay. Steve,
That's 3-3, but
I'm going to be in the box. 3 5. 3 6.
I'm thinking 3 meters and 6.
Oh. Thinking like
I don't want to go too crazy.
7?
Even if I think 6-8.
Alright. 6
So
9.
that was interesting.
I don't want to bounce right.
So the numbers on the ramp represent where they put the ball. So I could hear that 7 or 6 8. Oh no, let's go 6 9. So, oh yeah, nicely done. 6 9 was right.
And Dan obviously had a good view.
Of the jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He had a better shot at it, but he felt that Jamison was going to be able to get a better hold on it if she could get past that blue ball, and that was exactly what she did. We're just seeing the replay now.
देखो मैं हटा सकता हूँ
Beautifully done.
हटा के आप बॉल प्लेस कर सकते हो
So third ball to be played for India in this fourth and final end.
करके कोई फायदा ही नहीं चल। मुझे लगता है मैं इधर से हटा दूँ इसको तो अच्छे से प्लेस कर सकता हूँ 1 minute चल
The other reason that Dan possibly would have got jammed to play that is that he's already played 1 ball, so Jamison's played 1 ball now, so they both have 2 balls left.
अंदर ही होना
India's going for the knockout.
कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ
Couldn't do much else with that because it was that red ball was in a great position, so they got separation.
फिर वो पुश कर लेगा ना
Only slight separation though. Those red balls stubbornly sitting in place.
Yep.
इधर मैं अपने पीछे सॉफ्ट बॉल को पुश कर रहा हूँ नीचे रखो और नीचे रखो
India discussing their next move.
Yep.
थोड़ा इधर कर लो थोड़ा और रैम पीछे लो थोड़ा इधर कर लो और कर थोड़ा इधर थोड़ा आपने कर बट इजी में हट जाएगा यार और तो बहुत ऊपर कर थोड़ा कर नहीं और ऊपर
I'm thinking this is going to be a push-up to promote that blue ball on the right-hand side, on his right-hand side, back onto the jack. It will be a good shot because there's
पीछे लाइन पे होना
got to try and get past that red ball. Yep, managed to do
What he
it.
did,
Well
a
done.
lovely shot.
Yep.
Have a look at that one again, please.
Well done.
I'll try and get it, not cut it.
No, I reckon cut it as much as you can.
Okay.
Try and get it behind Will a bit. Because if you go, you your minimum cut is probably going to leave it to the spot where she can work. So just go back.
See, BC? Yeah. Right. Right.
So Jamison's taking the next shot, which will be to
Top anchor.
clear that blue ball away from the jack. And again, hoping that as it moves away, it will push the jack back behind the red ball.
4 balls remaining for Australia, currently leading the match 4-2 in the final end. Lots to be played yet though.
Yep, well done. It could be still red to go. The referee has it not? Yes, it is red to go. So.
And that would be what they wanted too.
Yep.
wouldn't it?
So Dan will take the next shot. Moving right to the front of the box, getting the best angle he can. And my guess would be he's going to try and promote that red ball that's between him and the jack. And get his ball that he uses to stay there.
3 minutes and 3 balls for Australia, and just over 2 minutes and 2 balls for India remaining in the match.
Wondered what that noise was. It's Dan adjusting his chair. Needs a bit of oil on it by the sounds of it.
Can Ash stand there? Yes, she can.
Yep, so long as everything, beautifully done there. So he's gone for the slight angle to push that ball in front of the jack rather than worrying about keeping the ball that he was using there as well. He felt that it was more important to
block India
Yeah.
from scoring, and at this point in the game, with only a couple of balls remaining,
there. That's a good hold.
so back to India. 2 minutes, 2 balls.
So yeah, it's and Charlie has the both balls, which is interesting. And Jay's used all his balls. So this will, I would say, the shot here is possibly to knock the jack back to the blue ball.
Because they'd be looking and wanting to score at least 2 points,
That's
wouldn't
right,
they?
yeah.
To force a tie break.
Yeah,
Or better still, get 3 balls.
Just drawing a ball onto the jack is not going to get them 2 points. I would I'd say that's probably what the shot is. Yep. Oh, it just caught a bit of the red. Took the red with it. I think blue is probably still closer. Oh no, it's a measure, so it's very close.
So is time still running
Very
while they're
good.
doing
No,
this
not.
measure? No?
This is dead time. Once the referee has to, when the referee doesn't know whose turn it is to go yet, he'll measure.
Ah, I see why. Yes, it's to choose who to go next.
Yep. Red to go, so the blue is closer.
So India
Oh, I can see the whole thing.
So
holding the jack.
Jamison's taking the second last shot. They both have a ball left, which is a good situation to be in. So if one of them's have got a better shot than the other, then they can choose who takes it.
Just make sure you give yourself enough margin on that front.
Yeah, I got hit.
Everything else is fine.
heard Dan reassuring Jamison. Everything's fine. Important part of the work as a teammate, isn't it?
Yeah, Jam's manoeuvring her chair around because she's so far back in the box she can't push it off the normal way. So she has to turn her chair around sideways to fit in the box to be able to push the ball off. She's actually hasn't got really a sight of what she's doing there, but she's done it well. Yeah, beautifully done. Well done.
Wonderful.
Great shot, Jamison.
See that one again. So India have one ball remaining. There's Jamison's second. Last shot for Australia. What can India do? What do you think?
Well, again, yeah, just trying to... I can't see that they're going to get 2 points, but try and push that jack back. Not going very hard though.
And only 30 seconds.
Yep. Well, she did very well before with limited time and did a great shot. Yeah, just try to draw onto it. Yeah, that's about all she can do. So Australia have the last ball. At this point, they decide whether they would ask the score. And
Looks like Dan's going to have a go.
he's going to have a go, yeah. So you can see that it's one red at the moment, I would say. The blue ball is not touching, whereas the red ball is touching. So he would be able to see that it is one red. He could just take that point and win the game. But he's decided to try and get another point in there.
Doesn't have to do that, does he?
No, he doesn't.
at this
He can
point?
throw this last ball off, yeah, and not play it.
Taking the opportunity to practice
Yeah,
in
well,
competition
yeah.
conditions.
Yep.
You can't
He
replicate it.
feels there's no risk in losing the game by playing this ball. So he's got to have a go at it.
Very gentle ball.
It's a hard ball, I think. Yeah. Yeah, nicely done. When you can do that, why would you throw off? So yeah, two for red.
2 for red. So Australia take out the match 6-2. They will top their pool and progress to the semi-final to play the second place getter in the other pool. In the BC3 pairs, here at the 2025 Canberra World Boccia Challenger event. And that is our last match for the day. No more matches today. We thank you very much for watching the live stream of this World Challenger event. One more day of competition remaining.
Which will be the finals for the pairs and teams.
So lots of finals. And you can check exactly who's playing on the World Boccia website. Just make sure you get it on the right day. I often make that mistake. So we'll be playing Monday, November the 10th. Competition begins at 10 o'clock. We will be back Australian Daylight Saving Time at 10 a.m. with the BC1-2 team round 3 match, which will be Japan versus Hong Kong, China.
That will be a really good game, I would think. Yeah.
And then that will be followed by the BC4 pairs round 2 match. And then after lunchtime in Australia, 1:30 p.m, we start with the finals. The BC3 pairs will see Australia in action again at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow, Monday, Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time, here in Canberra. Thank you again. Thank you very much, Ken.
Thank you, Catherine. It's been a pleasure to commentate on this game. It was a good game.
It was an excellent game and really appreciate your wisdom and knowledge. It's very valuable for all the people out there.
Hopefully it is. Thank you.